Three things I wish I knew while still living with my abusive, narcissistic, psychopathic egg donor. Welcome to my channel. My name is Deity Princey, and I am here to serve you and assist you along your journey from healing from your toxic egg and sperm donor, from childhood abuse, from sexual assault. I am here to be your guide because you can enter into your desired reality regardless of what you've gone through. It's just a part of this journey in this game of life. Now, the number one thing that I wish I knew while I still lived inside of that abusive environment is that that environment would be a snapshot of the building block of my own first home. But my egg donor's environment was filled with she was a hoarder. So the one thing about mental health is that however your environment is on outside of you is a reflection of your own mind. So because her whole environment was hoarderish and just not sustainable, my room that I had in her home was a reflection of that, because in my room wasn't really my room. Her things was in there. I had, other people slept in there. So I never had my own space. I never had my own space to really express myself. So when you're living in this environment, look at the snapshot. Do you have your own space? Can you express yourself inside of that space? Is it really your space? This is going to be the building block. Even if you live with an abusive parent who has nice fancy things and it looks nice, but is the air heavy? Is it dense, heavy air? Is it tension all the time? And of course, it's still tension in a hoarderish environment too. But just because it's shiny, that doesn't mean anything either. Now we get into being an extreme control freak. If you live with parents who are so neat and tidy and clean, but then they're mentally fucking with you, this is a building block of the environment you will create for yourself when you enter into your first apartment, when you enter into your first house. That's the building block that you have to be a guide for you. Okay, if there was scarcity with not being able to eat certain things or having multiple things open, that might be something that you play out in your own environment. You go shopping and you're like telling yourself subconsciously, you may not even realize it. Oh, I'm not going to eat this bowl of cereal today because I still got that one open, even though I really am craving for Cocoa Puffs. But I'm going to just go ahead and eat the Captain Crunch because that's what's open. You have to break that down. Look at your environment, because this is going to be how you treat yourself in your own home. But I'm coming from my past self into right now to help you with your future self. I didn't know these things, but knowing this now can help you to start to piece together the foundations for you to start to analyze and organize your own space. If your toxic parents don't come into your room, now you can start practicing the way you want to have your actual house. Okay? Now, the number two thing that I wish I knew while I was living, and this is consciously knowing, this is not, of course, our subconscious, of course, our spirit knows and is preparing us, but these are the things that if we consciously thought about, it would begin the wiring process of our brain. That epigenetics would start, okay? That neuroplasticity would start to form so we can reconstruct our mind. And the second thing I wish I knew is that I was building resiliency. Resiliency is going to help you in the real world. You need resiliency. You need resiliency to bounce back when your body's feeling down. You need resiliency to bounce back from a relationship you just got over. You need resiliency to bounce back from a crisis. Resiliency is literally your best friend, but you are building it right now through the highs and lows with your parents, through the ups and downs, through your own emotional health, your own depressions, your anxieties, and then you find the days where you pull yourself together and you're able to have a good time. That right there is going to be the building block for when you're out on your own. All the abuse your parents are putting you through and you're able to still get up and stand up from it, that right there is shaping you and giving you character. I know it hurts. I know it's a lot to go through, but the same tears that are having you cry, those tears are going to be a sword. Those tears, you're going to be able to slay the biggest dragon. When you heal from that ups and downs and those lows that your parents put you through inside of the home that you're supposed to feel safe in, if you can overcome the fact that your safety needs were not met inside of their jurisdiction, and you move into your own environment and you get to create your own rules, Eventually, when I promise you, when you begin to heal, you gonna be, I told you it's gonna be a sword. You're gonna be like, nope, yes, nope, yes. You're gonna bounce right back. You're gonna be like, I know what to do. Cause it's a muscle now. Now you want to be an amazing entrepreneur. Whatever you decide to do, whatever talent you have, having resiliency is going to create so much character that you're going to need to be successful. Your resiliency is going to aid in your success. I promise you that. Okay. Number 3, this is big. Another thing that I wish I had an understanding of while I was still in their environment is the concept of credit, bills, okay, stability, and overarching these taxes. Okay, it's the micro, it's the macro, it's the meso, the micro, meso, and macro of society. And when you are surrounded with abuse, when you're in toxic goo, you don't think about the long run, especially when you're young. Only thing you want to do is get out here and have fun. I just want to live my life. I just want to have peace. I just want to enjoy myself. I want to have experiences. You know, you come from these helicopter abusive parents, you want to get the fuck away. But the thing is, you're going to have all the fun in the world, but don't allow yourself to forget that nobody taught you about credit. Nobody taught you about stability. Nobody taught you that you are responsible for when you become an older adult. See, your abusive parents, most abusive parents are going to continue to procreate children so they can have someone to take care of them when they're old. See, most abusive parents who struggled with you, who struggled to feed you, right? They already knew they were broke, but they decided to still have a child and bring them through so much pain and struggle. They know that this child is going to struggle now taking care of you if you stay around. See, this video is your confirmation. You can literally leave them. Because for the children who continue to go back to their parents and help them, they're struggling, especially if they have not found their success. Because if you are born in poverty and no one teaches you and you don't have your own willpower to teach yourself how to have a rich mind, your whole life is going to reflect where you come from. So if your parents was living check to check just to take care of you and still beating your ass, okay, and you want to return the favor, I'll take care of you, mom and dad, and I'm living check to check too. I guess we just going to be miserable together. Trauma bond, they have you for life now. That's not your responsibility, because who's going to take care of you when you're old? This is what the point I was making. It's not our job. It's not our children's job to take care of us. Before we have a child, we are already supposed to be stable. We are already supposed to be free financially, spiritually, emotionally. We're supposed to have our mind right. We're supposed to already have stability before we bring a child into this world. So it's our job to think about our older adult life. It's not our children's job. It's their job to enjoy their life and think about their own older adult life. And these taxes, when you're living in a toxic environment, you don't think about how are you going to formulate a plan to stay stable, to pay these taxes, because you have to pay taxes no matter what. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. When you maturity is when you realize that the rich and the poor are both paying taxes. The only difference is the rich just have a rich mindset where they're going to keep flipping that shit. When you come from poverty and abuse and fear, all you know is the ruminating pattern of that. Until someone helps break you out of that, it's literally all your mindset. So living with these abusive parents, they're not forming your mind for rich and success. Even if they have money, even if you grew up with abusive parents who have money, but if they still emotionally fucked you up, you're going to end up still squandering your money because you're going to be getting with people who are a reflection of those same parents. Peace, love, and light to you. Drop a comment. Let me know if you want a part 2 to this, okay? I love you so much. You got this. If I can overcome, I got 3 years no context. So can you. Period.